Hello students, peace be with you all, stay safe. Myself, Miss Smita Deshmukh, teacher of Holy Cross Convent English High School, with the help and guidance of Easy Test app, I am here to teach you today chapter number 3, Circle of Maths 2. The subtopic of this chapter are circle passing through 1, 2 and 3 points, tangent secant, touching circles, arc of the circle, inscribed angle and intersected arc, cyclic quadrilateral, theorem based on intersecting chords, secant tangent angle theorem. So, whatever queries or comment, please mention it in a comment box. So let's begin. Circle. We all are familiar with circle. The basic concepts of circle are center, radius, diameter, chord, interior and exterior of the circle, then congruent circles, intersecting circles and concentric circles. So, what is circle? Circle is a set of points which are equidistant from the fixed point. Such set of points are known as circle. Okay. Center. What is center? Center is the fixed point from which all other points are equidistant from it. That fixed point is known as center. Center is generally denoted by O. Then radius, distance between the center and the point on the circle is known as radius. Okay. After that comes chord. This line joining any 2 points on the circle are known as chords. Circle has innumerable chords. Circle has innumerable chords and it can join any point, means anyhow you can draw on it. Okay. After that is the diameter. A line or a chord passing through the center of the circle is known as chord. Okay. Diameter is the longest chord of the circle. As there are infinite number of chords, circle has infinite number of diameters. Diameter is 2 times the radius and vice versa. Radius is half the diameter. Next is congruent chords, a congruent circle. Congruent circles are the circles which have same or equal radii. Now, if I draw 2 circles with the radius equal to 5 centimeter, so what do I get? The 2 circles which have the radius 5 centimeter, right? So these 2 circles are known as congruent circles. Then comes the concentric circle. Concentric circles are the circle which this is known as concentric circle, in which the circles have same center but different radii. Okay. Such circles are known as concentric circle. After that comes the intersecting circle. Now, intersecting circles are the circles which meet each other at 2 points. Okay. Such circles are known as intersecting circles. After that, we are going to start with an activity which is based on the previous knowledge of the circles, okay, which are based on properties and theorems of the circle. So, the activity goes as such. DE is a chord whose length is given to us as 16 centimeter. CF is the perpendicular drawn on DE. right? And we have been given the diameter, length of the diameter, that is 20 centimeter. We are supposed to find out the length of the perpendicular, that is length of CF. Now here we have to specify which properties we have used to solve this particular problem. Now you know DE is a chord and CF is the perpendicular. What do that perpendicular do to the chord? It when it is drawn from the center to the chord, it bisects the chord. Okay, it means that it divides the chord into two equal parts, right? So DF will be equal to FE, as perpendicular is landing on DE at point F. So F will be the midpoint of DE, right? So length of DE is 16 centimeter. So DF will be half of it, that is equal to 8 centimeter. Same with the diameter. Now diameter is 20, so radius will be half of that, that is 20 centimeter. Now as CF is perpendicular, so there we are going to get a triangle, that is triangle CFD, where DC will be the hypotenuse, right? So by Pythagoras theorem, DC square is equal to CF square plus DF square. Okay, now here we have to calculate CF. So here CF square will be equal to DC square minus DF square, right? DC is 10, so square of that will be 100, and DF is 8, so square of that will be 64. 100 minus 64 will give me 36. So CF square is 36, so CF will be equal to 6 centimeter. Now here we have to specify the properties and the theorems. Very first thing, perpendicular drawn from the center to the chord. What do? It bisects the chord. Second thing, radius is half of the diameter. Third thing, which theorem we have used to solve it? That is Pythagoras theorem. I hope I am clear. Next activity. Next activity is based on the property of the midpoint of the chord. Okay. Now what is given to us? Given part is O is the center and P is the midpoint of QR and QR is the radius. Length of QR is given to us as 24 centimeter and OP is given to us as 10 centimeter, right? We are supposed to find out length of radius. So that is length of OR or OQ. Fine. The very first thing, a line joining the center and the midpoint of the chord is dash to the chord. That is perpendicular to the chord. Fine. So as it is perpendicular, so perpendicular, what do the perpendicular do to the chord? It bisects the chord. As it is bisecting the chord, what will be the length of PR? Length of PR will be half of QR. That is 24 by 2. That will be equal to 12 centimeter. OP is 10 given to us, right? Now, as it is perpendicular, if I draw OR, I'll get a triangle OPR. So, OPR is a right angle triangle. So, what I'll be applying? I'll be applying Pythagoras theorem. So, OR square is equal to OP square plus PR square. Okay? That is 10 square plus 12 square, 100 plus 144. So that is equal to 244. So OR square is 244. So OR will be under root 244. That is equal to 2 under root 61. OQ will be equal to OR as they are radii of same circle. Therefore, length of OQ will also be equal to 2 under root 81. Which properties we have used over here? The first property is a line joining the center of the circle and the midpoint of the chord is perpendicular to the chord. Second one is Pythagoras theorem. Okay. Next is the third property, where we have to prove that the two chords are congruent. Now in the figure, what is given to us? The given part is M is the center of the circle, AB is the diameter, MS is perpendicular to AD, and TM is perpendicular to AC. We have been given that DAB is equal to angle CAB. Okay. After that, what we have to do is we have to prove that AD is equal to AC. Now to solve this, which theorem we have to use? The theorem is the chord which are equidistant from the center are equal in length. This is the property or the theorem that we are going to use to solve or to prove this particular activity, and by which test the given proof can be proved. So that test is hypotenuse side test. Now here, as I have triangle, now when we join SM and TM, we get a triangle over there. Two triangles we get. Which are the two triangles? The triangles are triangle SMA and triangle TMA, where SM is equal to TM, right? AM is equal to AM, common side, and angle DAB is equal to angle CAB, right? And angle ATM is equal to angle ASM, each 90 degree. So the two triangles are congruent by hypotenuse side test. From this, AS is equal to AT, corresponding sides of congruent triangle. As AS is equal to AT, 2 times AS will be equal to 2 times AT. Therefore, what is 2 times AS? 2 times AS is chord AD, and 2 times AT is chord AC. Perpendicular drawn from the center to the chord bisects the chord. So half is given. So when half is given, when we have to find the full, we have to double it, right? So therefore AD is equal to AC. Next is tangent and secant. Now here, tangent and secant, it is circle passing through 1, 2 and 3 points. Very first thing, when we take a point and we draw a line passing through it, how many lines can pass through it? So innumerable lines can pass through it, right? Same way, when you take a point and when you draw a circle passing through that point, how many circles can be drawn? So the answer for that is innumerable circles can pass through one single point, right? The next one is the 2 points one, right? Now when 2 points I join, I get AB. Okay, now I will be drawing a perpendicular on it, and on this I will be taking the points at fixed distance, which will be the center of the respective circles, which will be passing through point A and B. Okay, now here if I ask you how many circles can be drawn, you can try this, all the activities. Okay, now here innumerable circles can pass through 2 points. Okay, innumerable circles, but the centers will be different. Okay, which will be lying on the perpendicular line L, right? That after that is 3 points. Fine. Now 3 points, how they are, whether they are collinear or whether they are non-collinear. If they are non-collinear, how many circles can pass through it. If they are non-collinear, means only one circle can pass. Try. You will verify the answer, whatever is told by me. Okay. And if you take 3 collinear points, then not a single circle can pass through it. Okay. So these are the very interesting activities, and I ask you all to just try that. You will enjoy doing that. Then comes tangent secant. Very first one is no point in contact. That is the circle with center A and a line is drawn. Can you see any point of contact over there? No. Second one. In second one, circle with center B, right? And point the line in line passing through the circle at one single point. The point of contact is only one, right? And in the third one, what you observe is that the circle is getting intersected by a line at 2 points, that is Q and R. Now, what do you conclude from this? The conclusion is, first one, there is no such statement for that. Okay. Second one, when the circle and a line meets at one single point, or a line intersects the circle at one single point, then that line is known as tangent to the circle. Okay. Second one, tangent is clear. Second is secant. When the line is passing through 2 points. Okay. 2 points, that is point Q and point R. Okay. Such lines are known as secant. What are they known as? Secant. A line which intersects the circle at 2 points are known as secant to the circle. Next is tangent theorem. Now, statement of the theorem is a tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius at a point of contact. Now, this theorem is an indirect proof. Okay. Now, what is indirect proof? The proof in which whatever we have to prove, we have to assume that it is not there. Okay. What is given to us? Tangent at any point of a circle means any one of the line which is tangent to the circle. Okay. At point of contact. Okay. What we have to prove? That whatever tangent we have drawn line L as a tangent that is perpendicular to the radius. This we have to prove. Now the proof starts. We have to assume that point means the tangent is not perpendicular to the radius. If tangent is not perpendicular to the radius, then there is some other point from where perpendicular is drawn, right? So on that particular line, so OB is drawn perpendicular to the line A. Okay. Now here B and A are not same. Fine. They are different points. Clear? Now take another point over here, which is point C on the line L, such that A, B, C are collinear, okay, and B lies between A and C, and BA is equal to BC. After doing this, we get two triangles over there, that is triangle OBC and triangle OBA. Okay, now here by construction, BA is equal to BC, segment BA is equal to BC, then angle OBA is equal to angle OBC, each 90 degree. OB is equal to OB, common side, so triangle OBC is equal to triangle OBA by SAS test. Fine. So OA is equal to OC. corresponding sides of congruent triangles, right? But OA is the radius. Then OC must also be the radius, right? But A and C are lying on the line L. That means that the line L is touching the circle at 2 points. But line L is the tangent to the circle, right? As line L is tangent to the circle, it cannot meet the circle at 2 distinct points, A and C, right? So here, as it is a tangent, it will intersect the circle at one single point. So what was our assumption? Our assumption that line L is not perpendicular to the radius OA is wrong. So line L is perpendicular to the radius OA. This is what is our proof. Next is the converse of tangent theorem. In that, a line perpendicular is given to us, okay, and we have to prove that line L is a tangent, okay, at point N to the circle. Fine. Statement of this theorem is a line perpendicular to the radius at its point of contact to the circle is known as tangent to the circle. Okay. Proof is line L is a tangent to the circle, right? Take any point P on line L, okay, and join MP. Now we get a triangle over there. The triangle is MNP, where angle N is right angle triangle. Okay, as point N is right angle triangle, MP is the hypotenuse. As MP is the hypotenuse, its length is greater than the other sides of the triangle. So MP is greater than MN, right? As MP is greater than MN, then here what do we conclude? That MN is the radius, point P can't be on the circle, okay? No other point except N of line L is on the circle. Line L intersects the circle in only one point N. Therefore, line L is tangent to the circle. I hope I am clear. Now the next theorem is based on the tangent drawn from the external points are congruent. Now here we have taken a point P as the external point and circle with center O. Now we have drawn two lines which are touching the circle at point A and B. So PA and PB are tangent to the circle. Okay. Now what we have to do is we have to prove that segment PA is equal to segment PB. Construction we have to do. We have to draw OA, OB and OP. So we get two triangles over there. The two triangles are OAP and triangle OBP. Right? We have to prove that these two triangles are congruent. So here we go. OA is equal to OB. Now why OA is equal to OB? They are radii of same circle. OP is equal to OP each, common side. OAB is equal to OBP, each 90 degree. So the given triangle are congruent to one another by hypotenuse side theorem. So PA is equal to PB, corresponding sides of congruent triangles. Next are the problems which are based on these particular theorems. So the very first problem is, a figure is given to us and we have to show, we have to solve certain questions over here. In that figure, C is the center, CA is the radius and AB is the tangent to the circle. Okay, we have to find out the measure of angle CAB. We have drawn CA. Okay, so measure of angle CAB will be what? It will be equal to 90 degree. Tangent theorem just we have proved. Second thing that we have to prove over here is, what is the distance of point C from line AB and Y? So point C distance we have to find out from AB, right? CA is 6 centimeter, that is already given to us. So what will be the distance? Distance from point C of line AB will be equal to 6 centimeter. Okay. Third one, distance of AB is given to us as 6 centimeter. We are supposed to find out the distance of BC. Now AB is 6 centimeter, CA is 6 centimeter and angle CAB is 90 degree. So what theorem you are going to apply? By Pythagoras theorem, CB square will be equal to CA square plus AB square. So BC square is equal to 6 square plus 6 square, that is equal to 72, and the square root of that is equal to 6 under root 2 centimeter. So length of CB is equal to 6 under root 2 centimeter. Next we are going with the problem in which we have to use the theorem based on tangent from the external point . Before we go to that, there one part is left of it that we are going to complete. In triangle ABC, CA is equal to CB. We are supposed to find out the measure of angle ABC. Okay. So the measure of angle ABC we have to find out. For that, CA is equal to CB, each 6 centimeter. So the base angles will be equal. That is angle ABC is equal to angle ACB, right? Now we will suppose that they are equal to x, will apply Pythagoras theorem. So ABC plus angle ACB plus angle BAC is equal to 180 degree. Sum of all angles of a triangle equal to 180 degree, or they are supplementary. So we have supposed two angles as x. So it is x plus 90 equal to 180. 2x is equal to 90 degree. So x will be equal to 45 degree. Therefore, angle ABC is equal to 45 degree. Okay. Similarly, angle ACB is also equal to 45 degree. Next problem. In figure, O is the center and O is the center of the circle. Point R and point N, RM, segment RM and segment RN are tangent segment touching the circle at point M and N. If OR is 10 centimeter, then find the radius and the radius of the circle is 5 centimeter. Find the length of the tangent segment. I'll repeat the question one more time. In the figure, O is the center of the circle. RM and RN are the tangent segment touching the circle at point M and N respectively. Okay. If OR is 10 centimeter, the radius is 5 centimeter, we are supposed to find out the length of each tangent. Okay. Now here this particular angle, that is angle OMR, that is 90 degree, right? So we have to apply which theorem? We have to apply Pythagoras theorem. So by Pythagoras theorem, OM square plus MR square is equal to OR square, right? So here MR square will be equal to 100, that is 10 square, minus 25, that is 5 square, right? So 100 minus 25 gives me 75. So what will be the length of MR? That will be equal to 5 under root 3. We have to take the square root of it. When we take the square root, it turns out to be 5 under root 3. So what is length of Rn then? Length of Rn is also equal to length of Rm, as the tangent drawn from the point outside the circle are congruent. Then length of each tangent is 5 under root 3 centimeter. So here we end up with today's lecture. Okay, tomorrow we are going to start with the next problems of the same exercise. Thank you.